He says on toast all game.
Happy birthday to Ben.
Harrogate do a double over us this season.
Let's get straight into it and rate the ground.
Right, hello everyone and welcome to this new video on the channel. So today is Saturday the 6th of January 2024 and today I've got game number 57 of the 23-24 season on the channel. We're heading to Wetherby Road for Harrogate Town versus Doncaster Rovers in League 2. So in today's video I've got my thoughts pre-half-time and post-match as well as the matchday vlog itself. And then at the end of the vlog, because it's a new ground on the channel, we're going to rate the ground. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
We have the spoons that looks like a castle. Let's go inside.
Happy birthday to Ben. Cheers, Tom. We didn't order these, but we're gonna get them down. So let's enjoy this day.
Oh, hi mate. Thank you. Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry mate. And we are in. So let's go back to my house for some pre-match thoughts.
Okay, so as per usual, just before kick-off, it's to have my pre-match thoughts on each team. So we're going to start off, as per usual, with the home team, Harrogate Town. So they are currently in 14th out of 24th in League 2 with 10 wins, 4 draws and 11 defeats. So the last game was away on New Year's Day at Morecambe, where they had a 2-2 draw. They've not been in too bad form, to be fair. The last 3 games, they've won 1, drawn 1 and lost 1. And before that loss, they were actually unbeaten in 4 games, 3 of them which they'd won, and then the other one was a home draw to Wrexham. So not bad form at all, to be fair. Like I say, we've lost to Tranmere, not the last game, but the game before 2-0, but to be fair, Tranmere are flying at the minute. So yeah, like I say, they've kind of done a lot better than a lot of people have predicted this year, because I had them just surviving relegation, and doing a lot better than that. They're up at mid-table and, yeah, really punching above the weight, I think it's fair to say. They've had a superb season and, yeah, just seem to be going from strength to strength. I'm expecting a real tough game here today. We've not got a great record against Harrogate, which I'm going to explain a bit later on, but yeah, really doing well. Like I say, just lost to high-flying Tranmere, so it's going to be a tough test for us to break that if we're going to do it. And now moving on to my team, Doncaster Rovers. We are currently sitting in 19th out of 24th in League 2 with 8 wins, 4 draws and 13 defeats. So our last result was a real turn in form, and our first win in a long time will be MK Dons at home by 3-0. They were doing really well before that on a 9-game unbeaten streak, but we put an end to that and we've stopped them from getting their first win at the Eco Power Stadium. So we're now unbeaten in 2, and it's 2 tough games we've been unbeaten through. Mansfield away and MK Dons at home. And it looks like, let's say, it's completely different to what we had the last few games. I mean, we've lost 3 in a row, conceded 11 in 3, and just looked absolutely awful. But since the Notts County game, we seem to have really turned a corner. I know, like I say, Tom Anderson's not played in either of them 2 games, and the defence has been a lot better. Is that the reason? I don't know. I'm not going to say either way, to be fair, but you know, we have looked a completely different team at the last 2 games. Mansfield, I didn't go, but I have seen it back, and like I say, we looked good. You wouldn't tell which one had only lost one all season and which one was struggling down near the bottom. And then MK Dons, that first half, we just absolutely tore them apart. And then second half, it weren't the most exciting. We just kind of sat back and just soaked up all their pressure, and not a lot happened. So yeah, a few really good performances, and busy a few days in January, to be fair. We've just signed Jay McGrath from St Patrick's over in Ireland, former Coventry centre-back and former Rovers academy player as well. I mean, I've seen a pitch today of him and Liam Ravenhill when they were young'uns in academy together. So yeah, good stuff. And his dad, John McGrath, he used to play for us as well. Like I say, it looks a pretty good, like I say, 6'3", solid centre-back. He's only young as well. So hopefully we can keep him and really develop him, because like I say, he's highly rated at the minute and he has got a lot of potential to grow being a young centre-back. And speaking of St Patrick's, we've also signed a player who was on loan at St Patrick's from Bolton Wanderers. We signed him on loan from Bolton until the end of the season, which is Connor Carty. He's a striker. He sounds very similar to George Miller, to be fair. And to be fair, we need someone like him because he is injured, and it sounds like it's going to be a long-term injury as well, so we need some cover up front to help Ironside and Fowl, especially with Jack Goodman being our only other option or cover. It'd be good to have another body, like I say, if it happens to either of them three. It'd be good to just have that extra cover. So let's move into the previous results then. So I was saying we didn't have a very good record against Harrogate. So we'll start with last season, and pretty poor one, to be fair. We played them at home and we lost by 2-0 in probably our worst performance of the season, if I'm being honest. And then when we played them away, we were 2-0 up and then ended up drawing 2-2. And then earlier this season, we lost 1-0 at home on the opening day of the season. So as you can see, not a great record at all. So hopefully we can put a change to that this weekend. So speaking of that, it's going to move on to my prediction then. So do I think Harrogate are going to continue their good form against us, or are we going to get one back on them? My prediction is, I think today's going to be a tough one, but I think we might do it. I'm just feeling confident. We've seen a lot better the last two games. I know Harrogate are doing all right at the minute, but I don't know. I've just got a good feeling. I think the two new ones are going to get a good run out as well, and I've just got a good feeling. We look like we're playing a lot better and a lot more confidence, and I think we're going to take that into this game, to be fair. So I'm going to go confident. I'm going to go for a win. I'm going to go Harrogate Town 1, Doncaster Rovers 2. Anyway, they're my thoughts before the match. So let's head on back. It's my second visit to Wetherby Road. So let's head on back to Wetherby Road and see how the game goes.
Everywhere we go,
DRFC. Run away. Come on, Rovers. Okay, come on. Yes! Get in there, one strike. Yes!
Thank God we saw that.
Get in! Fucking hell, got some catching up to do here. So, first of all, we're down in toilets, so we're 1-0 Harrogate. Apparently we're just like sorting to finish, sound like a good finish, but we're 1-0 down. And then I came out, just so I couldn't out of toilets. It was 1-0, I saw them smash ball into net, and that's all I can say really. It's a moment of madness when I went to the toilet, of course, for the vlog. Of course I missed half the vlog when I've been to the toilet, but yeah, it's 1-0 now, so yeah, hopefully we can carry some momentum on. I said 2-1 to Rovers, so hopefully we can carry this on into the rest of the game. Let's see how it goes. Oh, get out to him! Okay, clear!
Everywhere we go, the Donny boys making all the noise. Everywhere we go.
Oh! They connected with that, right? That could have been a different story. 2 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Come on! Oh! I thought we were going to spill under him. We're lucky. Come on! Half time, 1-1. Go on, you Reds.
So So at half-time was Harrogate Town 1, Doncaster Rovers 1. And just firstly to clear up why I didn't see any goal footage for either of the goals. Basically, the toilets were absolutely tiny. There were no cubicles or nothing. It was like really crowded before kick-off. So I decided I'll wait until the match gets underway a bit and then I'll go to have a wee before when it's a bit quieter. And I went down in about 15 or so minutes. And while we were in there, you could hear Harrogate end cheering. So you could kind of tell they'd scored. And literally, as I walked out, I saw Tommy Rowe blast the ball into the net for 1-0. So I did see Rover's goal, but I didn't catch it on film. So I just basically got the reaction as I was going up the stairs back to the terrace. But yeah, so that's why I didn't get either of the goals. But apart from that, it's not been great as far as fair. Apart from the 2 goals that I missed, there weren't really a lot in that first half, to be fair. You kind of get the sense that, you know, we could get some out of this game. Like, we could easily win this, but at the same time, if we're a bit sloppy, we could easily lose this as well. It's kind of one of them games. It's kind of very, like I say, on the line. It could go either way. But all it takes just for that momentum to tip either way for it to go the other way. So anything in this game, really, absolutely anything. It's there for either team to take. I feel like we can do it, but we're going to see how we do in the second half. So anyway, let's head on back to Wetherby Road and see how the second half went.
1! Oh, no! Go, Luke! 1! Oh, no! Oh, no! Let's close this yet since we've scored. Oh, no. Shit. Shit!
Doing Harrogate now. That's been against the run of the play, to be fair. It's been a bit of a tough one, to be fair. The mistake at that ball goes in and they've just slotted it past the keeper, to be fair. We've been a better team, but we can't just have all play and concede like that. It's just been criminal. So, like I said, I've had a chance to get back into it. Hopefully I can do that now. But it's going to take a long road back to get back from a loss now. So 2-1 to Harrogate as it stands.
There were a few substitutes for Rovers then. Biggins, Fowler and Stereo coming off, and now we've got Nixon, Broadbent and the new signing Connor Carty coming on. Let's see if it can make a difference. Still currently 2-1 to Harrogate. He says on toast all game. Oh fucking hell! He ran through way too easy there. It's a good run, but you're allowed to get through way too easy. Where's he going?
Harrogate now, it was a good run, but to be fair, we were allowed to run way too easy through our defence. So he had basically as much time as he wanted, as much space as he wanted, and he ran it through and put it into the top corner. No Blue James could do about it. Someone should have got to it before he had the chance to shoot. It's a shame because we started the second half pretty well, but since that second goal's gone in, we've just fell to pieces, to be honest with you. Hopefully I can make a few changes and come back into this, but I just don't see what's going to happen here, to be fair. 3-1 to Harrogate.
3 minutes out of time at the end of this game. Jesus Christ! Yo!
Still 3-1, it's not been good at all, to be fair. I mean, we've been lucky to just be 3-1 down at this rate. Since we conceded that second, it's just been an absolute car crash. Just not the team we've seen the last 2 games at all. And I mean, you hoped after that Mansfield game we'd turn the corner, but don't look like we have to there. Hopefully, like I say, it's just a blip, we can get back on track in the next game, but it's not looking good at the minute. Still 3-1.
Here we're going, Harrogate making a sub literally right at the net. They said 3 minutes injury time, as you can see, 5 o'clock. 3 minutes 20 gone, so he's literally going to come on the pitch and then they'll probably blow for full time. Still 3-1 if you're interested. Full time 3-1 to Harrogate Town. Harrogate do the double over us this season. Still no win against Harrogate. Fair play to all the Rovers fans who travelled today, over 700 of us. See a pretty poor performance. result may not have been the best, but we're going to enjoy this food anyway. Got some delicious food in where are we at again, Lizzie? Ziz's, yep. Perfect way to end the day and forget about football. So I'll see you for some post-match thoughts.
So full time, it's finished. Harrogate Town 3, Doncaster Rovers 1. But that's a frustrating one, that, to be fair, because I thought we started the second half pretty well. We looked the better team. We looked like we could have got something easily out of this game and even maybe won it. But to be honest, when we conceded that second goal, we just never looked back. We just never looked in it after that. We just looked like we're giving up. Our heads have completely dropped. And like I say, once that second goal had gone in, the third one followed soon after. And to be fair, we look at it only 3. It could have easily been 4. But heads just completely dropped, and we just never looked in it after that second goal went in. Because it's frustrating, because we were playing well, we were creating chances, and we were getting close. But after that second goal went in, it just killed all the momentum we had. Players looked like they'd given up, to be honest with you. And once again, we've lost another game of football on the road. And it weren't great after that second goal at all. And like I say, it could have easily been more than just for 3 goals. We didn't create anything after that. And players just looked defeated, which is a real shame, because I thought especially after Mansfield and MK Dons, I thought we'd turned a bit of a corner. But after that, like I say, you never know. I mean, it seems like a bit of a mentality. I mean, I said kind of about last season, that hangover effect. I mean, is that still there? Is there something else going on? Because it seems like, when we go behind, we find it very hard to, to get back in the match. Heads seem to drop very easy, and the floodgates kind of seem to open, and that seems to be a bit of a theme at the minute. I mean, I know we came back against Mansfield. That was a pretty impressive performance, to be fair. But I mean, it just seemed like mentally, like, it's a tough task for some of the players. Which, I mean, fair enough. But at the same time, you're a professional footballer. I mean, hopefully we can sort whatever this is out, and we can deal with it, because we can't be having, like, every time we go behind, like, a shipping goal after goal, because the goal difference is going to suffer, and we're just going to drop further down the table. But like I say, it weren't worse, I've seen us. We have created chances, but it's just disappointing to see the heads drop so much after going behind. There didn't seem a lot of fight, and that's what you want to see. But you never know. We're playing Newport, who I believe they're just a place above us in the league. So, we're around about the same position. Hopefully, players will be up for it, and we can really give them a good go and take 3 points, especially at home, because that seems where most of the points come from at the minute. So if we can put a strong performance on against Newport at home, hopefully we can get 3 points and move up the table. Okay, so it's time for Rate the Ground, then. So if you've not seen this before, basically what we do is every new ground this season we go to, we give them a rating out of 5 in 5 different categories. So we've got pre-match, the catering, the ground itself, the atmosphere, and the overall enjoyment, which gives them a total score out of 25. And then we'll put them in a table with all the other grounds we've been to for the season. So this time it is the turn of Harrogate Town. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and rate the ground. Okay, so let's start with pre-match then. And Harrogate Town Centre itself is pretty good. There's plenty to do around there. The Spoons is amazing. It's like a castle, literally. It is ginormous and a lovely building. And if you fancy something a bit posher, there is Betty's Tea Room and the Ivy just up the road as well. And plenty of other stuff to do around the town centre. The only problem is it's a fair trek from the town centre to the ground itself. I think it's 1.2 miles. And a fair walk, which, I mean, we were fine to walk it, but obviously, like, if you have got, like, some issues mobility-wise or anything like that, it can be a tough one. You can get the bus, like I say, just drop you off right outside the ground, but it's quite a bit of hassle. Like I say, there's some decent stuff to do away from the ground. Near the ground itself, there is very little at all. Like I say, you can't drink in the ground, and there's very few places that's too far away that you can actually go to. So it's quite a tough one, because I do enjoy coming to Harrogate. I love, the town centre. However, near the ground itself, there is very little to do. So taking all that into consideration, I'm going to go down the middle here compared to others. I'm going to 2.5 out of 5 for the pre-match. Moving on to the catering, and I was quite impressed last season when I went with the nachos, and they had some really good options. However, this season, I feel like the catering's gone downhill a bit. First of all, you can't get a drink at ground, which, I mean, it's understandable. The concourse is tiny and in view at pitch. It does look like, however, under the new away bit behind the goal, we are kind of like building a bit of a bar in there, so that'll be good once that is actually open. It won't open this time though. But yeah, I had a burger which, to be fair, tasted decent. My girlfriend commented it didn't look cooked, and she said that about a few of them. And queues were quite long because it was just like one tiny bar. And it was a bit on the price side as well. So not the best, to be fair, catering wise. I'm quite disappointed, to be fair, because like I say, the last season it was decent. This season it seems to have gone downhill a bit. So I'm going to have to go pretty low way. I'm going to go 1.5 out of 5 for the catering. Next up, we've got the ground itself, and it is good to see Harrogate making improvements. Obviously, they've been like a lower National League and even lower down, you know, the football pyramid side for most of their history. They've just been at AFL like last few seasons, so we've got to kind of get the ground up to scratch to be EFL standard. And to be fair, they are trying their best, but it's not great. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a great ground, especially if you're an away fan. Like I say, you can get 700 in there, which we sold out, but it's very cramped for 700. And they are improving facilities, like I say, but it's still not good. I mean, my girlfriend commented. Like I said with toilets earlier, it's no cubicles, it's very cramped in there. For women, they've literally got one toilet. So it's basically like a disabled toilet with a ladies sign on, which is poor. It's very poor, to be fair, especially for EFL standard. I mean, you need to do better than that, let's be honest. And yeah, the ground itself, unfortunately, it is a National League ground. They are trying to improve it, but as for now, you know, it's probably... I sound harsh saying this, but it probably is, you know, my lowest rated ground in the EFL, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm going to have to get a low rating here, and it's going to get as low as it can get because it is the lowest in my opinion, so I'm going to go 1 out of 5 for the ground. Next up, we've got atmosphere. A bit of a weird one, this. I'm not too sure what to judge this off. Because it's, like I say, so small and compact, you can create a decent atmosphere. The other thing is, like, the away fans are spread out quite a bit, so it's hard to kind of get, like, anything proper going. Harrogate made a bit of noise behind the goal, which weren't too bad, but nothing spectacular. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go pretty low here. I'd say just below average. I'm gonna go 2 out of 5 for the atmosphere. And finally, we've got overall enjoyment. I always love Harrogate. It is pretty good away day. I mean, it were okay, to be fair. Like, the football ruined it a bit, but apart from that, we had a good day. Like I said, it was mate's birthday, and we had a good time in the town centre, walked down, and then had a few beers afterwards, watched Soccer Saturday in the away bar, and then me and my girlfriend went to ZZ's for a meal afterwards before catching the train home. So we made a decent day of it, to be fair. I've got to rate this compared to others in the season, so I'm going to go just above average here. I'm going to go 3 out of 5 for the overall enjoyment. So unfortunately, that gives Harrogate a total score of 10 out of 25, which actually puts them joint bottom. However, they are going to get promoted to second bottom because the deciding factor, if there is 2 teams level on points, is overall enjoyment. And Harrogate got 3 and Wrexham got 2. So, like I say, Harrogate are going to go above Wrexham into second bottom. It's a shame. Like I say, the team are doing all they can to, like, you know, get the ground up to EFL standards, but it's not the best, if I'm being honest with you. And I think there'll be quite a few that do agree with me on that. But once again, another loss for the Rovers. Hopefully we can turn this around very soon. But I am going to leave the video here for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here, please like and subscribe to my content. We're trying to hit 2,000 subs as soon as possible. So if you can contribute towards that, any support will be greatly appreciated. Harrogate fans, if you want to stick around, we have got Rovers matchday vlogs as well as neutral games. We've got non-league and EFL. So if you want to stick around, make sure you don't go anywhere, Harrogate fans. So next video on the channel is going to be on Tuesday night. We're back at Rossington Main as they take on Accrington Town in the NCL Cup last 16. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.